Huh? The time. What? The time. Bro, speak louder. You're whispering. What time is it? Do you know what he's saying? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Look, it's not that difficult. What time is it? Daytime.
Get off your knees. What did you accomplish? Besides buffoonism.
When I look in the mirror, all I see is Shawty got a perfect figure, I'ma need a fucking
What is good, my people, and welcome back to another video on the Primetime Live channel. I am the main character, Chifu, and today I got a special guest and he'll introduce himself.
What's up? My name is Kutlano. I'm back to the channel, and yeah,
if you're new to the channel, this is not a new face. He was in the basketball video and in that pop the balloon video.
yes.
So what we're doing today is his suggestion. So please tell the people what you have cooking for us.
Okay, so today we're jumping into a bit of philosophy. Want to tickle the brain. So we're going through some philosophical hot takes.
Okay.
And we're going to discuss them and see where we land on the ideas.
So food for thought level.
Basically.
I bet. Also also the people at home, you can think about it on your own and see how you feel about what we'll be discussing.
What do you mean by that?
But like, comment, share, subscribe. Most important, I hope you have a good time.
Let's go. Giving someone a bad haircut is morally worse than killing them.
Morally.
From that person's perspective. Of course, this sounds kind of spicy, but I'm actually going to give it mild, because at root, this is just a mild commentary on the nature of death. The thing that's being gotten at here is...
Okay, so giving someone a haircut...
A bad haircut.
A bad haircut.
Yes.
Depending on who they are, is worse.
It's morally
worse than killing. I feel like the key word here is morally.
Okay, let's just jump into it. I feel like that's true. Basically, because when you have a bad haircut, you're walking around with it, like those pros when they trim them, then the trim starts.
Yeah, but you can always wear things like this, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you're in a school situation or whatever, you have to cook, you have to rock that like the whole time. Yeah. So at least if you did,
you're dead.
You're dead. Like
You're dead.
You're dead.
You can't feel anything. It's so morally, I think that's
morally you'd agree.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're not saying that it's better to kill someone than give them a bad haircut, yes. But morally, from that person's perspective, it's worse to give them a bad haircut because they live with that embarrassment and, it's a lot. Yeah, I agree too. Definitely.
I bet.
Too much empathy is just as damaging as too much aggression.
Facts.
Explain.
Because...
Explain.
Get that H2O real quick. Too much empathy is damaging.
Okay, listen. For the viewers at home, listen. Empathy.
Yes, let's break down that word.
Yes, empathy is like understanding someone's feelings. Like, for example, if you're going through a tough situation, I can be empathetic towards you. I understand you're going through. I'm showing empathy, so you understand. Like, that's empathy. Understanding what you're going through. Resonating with someone else's feelings, even though you may not be feeling them at the time.
So this prompt is too much empathy is as bad as
too much aggression. How?
Okay, my education's getting exposed. When I heard the word empathy, I thought it sounds like being kind towards someone and all that.
It to an extent, because like, for example, if someone is, let's say at school, someone didn't do their homework because at home there's arguments at home, the parents are fighting, just like it's a bad environment. So you can be empathetic, like, oh, you're going through this, so you don't have to do the homework. That's you showing empathy.
But it's not fair for all of us because we're all going through something at home.
Exactly.
We're all going through something.
So here they're saying too much empathy is as bad as too much aggression.
Okay. After we discussed what empathy is from what you know and your education, I'd say nah.
Why would you say nah?
Okay, first, why I said yes at the start. I took empathy as being kind.
Sure.
You know, you're empathetic. You're So that's why it's like when you're too kind, you know they're gonna walk all over you. So that's how I took it at first. But now after your explanation and my understanding, Guti, it's not as bad as being too aggressive, dog. It can't be because being aggressive has a negative. It seems like it has a negative factor
connotation
to it. You see?
Okay, but listen, the way I'm trying to understand the prompt is like, and get it, when you show too much empathy, okay, you can equate it to like kindness, showing too much kindness. It's like the opposite, the yin yang. If you're too kind, it's almost the same as being too aggressive. Understand? So I don't know. Wait, let's let him cook and see
What he has to say.
Yeah, let's let him cook and yeah.
Okay, now I have to. Okay, let's hear what he has to say.
Like that person just cares. Mild. This does seem for being too empathetic. Like that person just cares too much about other people. It seems ridiculous to say, but there is a sense in which you can imagine that person being stunted and actually ending up being someone that you kind of didn't want to hang out with, because it gets a bit annoying how often they're constantly making sure everybody's okay and really trying not to do anything that might even possibly upset another person. It could make them quite a difficult person to be around. And this idea that two extremes...
But is that as bad as being too aggressive? Is it on the same level?
To an extent, yes. Because think about it, it's like being too kind. Imagine, as this man said, imagine everywhere you go, you're taking care of everyone, you're making sure everyone's okay at all costs. Now it's almost the same thing as someone who's aggressive towards everybody.
But the empathy chat just sounds like it's self-detrimental, not really detrimental to the next human. Because when you're too kind and all that and what, as I said, they can walk all over you.
Sure.
So that is bad for you, not really for the next person.
Okay, I guess. But how I would like wrap this up, I would compare it, it's like the opposite ends of the spectrum. Obviously, if you're too aggressive, it's bad for everyone else. If you're too empathetic, it's bad for yourself.
Oh, yeah,
it's like a yin yang, you know,
type of thing.
Yeah,
so your son, I don't agree. Where do you stand? But if you had to answer,
I have
to answer the question,
I'd say
nah. Too much empathy isn't as bad.
I'd say yeah, because it's as I said, it's yin yang. It's so good. You are too good that you're bad. Understand? You're too good, you're bad. Yeah,
I bet.
That's what I'd say.
I bet.
A Graham's number, very large number, amount of people getting a speck of dust in their eye, which would have a small but existing increase in suffering, is worse than one person getting brutally tortured until the heat death of the universe.
Wait, hold up. This guy's...
Hold on, wait a minute.
Okay, let's read. Graham's number.
It's a very large number. Yeah.
A very big number. Amount of people getting a speck of... Wait, what?
Listen.
The way the sentence is constructed is mooring.
Let me try to explain. The basic saying, a very large number of people getting a speck of dust in their eye is worse than one person getting brutally tortured until the heat death of the universe.
Heat death?
Until the universe ends.
Yo.
Yes.
So
yes.
So like,
yes.
Let's say, because they said a very large number.
Basically everyone in the world.
They said a very large, not a very large.
Okay, a very large. Let's say 5 billion.
700 trillion. Yo.
That's more than half the people.
That's a very large number.
Okay, so what this prompt is saying is, let's say it's worse for 5 billion people to get a
speck of dust in their eye.
When you do that thing, then one person getting tortured until the world ends.
Yes.
Guys.
Yes, dog.
Guys.
Definitely.
Guys, dust get dust, guys.
Doesn't matter, dog. Do you know how many people? Now everybody walking around with red eyes because their eyes are this speck of dust in their eyes, dog.
I'm joking.
Bro, think about it. It's like it's one person suffering versus a lot of people suffering. Even though,
But the suffering quality is different, bro.
It is.
You're just getting disturbed. Me, I'm getting brutally beat until the world ends.
but
chief.
it's everyone. It's everyone.
It's a big. Okay, it's most of us.
Listen, this is one person suffering. It's sad. It's tough. I'm not saying it's not tough or anything, but it's just their reality. Where they have to suffer until the universe ends. That's tough. It's like them taking a sacrifice for everyone in the world, bro. Imagine now everyone must get a speck of dust because one person is gonna suffer.
What is prompt? The dust stays there forever. What?
I don't know.
Oh,
Just
for the
an
moment
example
or
for the
what?
moment, whatever.
That's even worse. If it's for the moment,
Listen. Which will have a small but existing
increase.
in suffering.
So they didn't say how long.
Increase in suffering, small but increase.
Yes, obviously, dog, I'm suffering.
Yeah, you're gonna be suffering Thot with that speck of dust in your
So
eye.
you're saying it is worse?
Yes, so one person must suffer. One time.
Must suffer.
Oh, it must
One
suffer.
person.
Like one person suffer, bro.
For a cause.
For the cause, for the Owens.
Look at
For the
around like
Owens.
this.
Exactly.
Then there's gas.
And now imagine everyone in the world is busy.
just here, dog.
Nah, bro,
It's
suffer,
just here,
dog. Suffer.
Yeah, what if you are that one guy?
Then it's tough, it's my fate, dog.
They say this until it's time to.
Yeah, it's my fate, bro. It's my fate.
I see. If nothing can't exist, something must necessarily exist.
Must we let him cook?
Let him cook.
I'm going to give this spicy. Perhaps the most foundational philosophical question is why is there something rather than nothing? But there is a sense in which we could ask, well, could there have been nothing? Is that not a contradiction in terms for there to be nothing? Is nothing not the opposite of being?
Something.
If so, then could there have been nothing? No, that's a contradiction in terms. There has.
So,
The prompt is. Please repeat the prompt. If nothing exists.
Let's go back to the prompt.
Nothing. Okay, because that's the.
See, if nothing
If nothing can't exist, something must necessarily exist.
Yes.
15,000!
Yes. Because.
But wait.
Like, listen. If nothing can't exist, that sentence on its own, that means there can't be nothing.
Yeah,
That's what that sentence means.
sure.
So if there can't be nothing, there must always be something.
But okay, for me, the question lies: why can't there be nothing? Like,
Because there's always something.
yes, I know there's something there.
Even if you close your eyes, you see nothing. Nah.
Sure.
So that means what I'm seeing is
No, but you're
nothing.
actually
I'm
seeing black.
black.
You're seeing black. Yes,
Exactly.
it's not nothing.
It's still something.
And it's actually funny because also like blind people, they don't see black.
Well, what do they see?
I don't know what they see, but they don't see black. That's the misconception. So, but yeah,
So this prompt is right.
it's
I
pretty
agree,
right.
I
Yeah,
agree.
but my chat is, why can't there have been nothing? Like, why did the universe have to exist?
These are
Why
questions
did
bigger than us, my guy.
they are bigger than us?
If we could have go down this moon end,
They are
dog.
very bigger than
Moon
us. They are
end,
very
dog.
bigger than us. That's
Which in
true.
the universe, where we came from, how far is the sun? Aye, boy, the stars and the moon. Boy, we just here making, we just one
Valid,
coin. I'm
valid,
joking.
valid.
I'm joking. So I agree with this prompt. If nothing can't exist, something must necessarily
But
exist.
why can't nothing exist?
Because there can't be nothing.
Okay, baby.
What does nothing look like? Let's start there.
It doesn't.
Exactly.
You can't even think of nothing. Cause like,
Your mind doesn't know what nothing looks like on a non-production level.
cause
Like
if
on a physically holding something nothing level.
even if I said there was nothing in
your
my
arm.
hand,
There's still,
there's still like air like floating around in this space. So does that mean nothing doesn't exist?
Adrian.
There's no way.
Does that mean
boy.
nothing doesn't exist?
There's no way. If nothing doesn't exist,
Did we just cook something, dog? Does that
How?
mean nothing actually
nothing
exist?
actually exists.
No, nothing. Listen. That means nothing doesn't exist.
Yes.
If besides physical things, because they can say, do you have money? No, I have nothing. That's on the money level. Like
Sure.
besides physical things you can hold. Not the word nothing on a spiritual or what level.
No, even in terms of physical things, when you say you don't have money, it doesn't mean you don't have nothing, because money still exists. Like that's why money still exists.
But I don't have it, so I have nothing of them.
But you have things of monetary value. Oh, this is actually
This is
crazy.
mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling.
Nah, guys, please comment down. If nothing can't exist, something must necessarily exist. Please.
So nothing can't exist.
Add your 2 cents.
So nothing exists.
Nothing doesn't exist.
That's crazy.
So nothing doesn't exist.
Nothing doesn't exist, dog.
So there's always something.
There's always something. Nothing doesn't exist.
Oh.
There's always something. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Okay.
What is this guy saying about it? Let's hear him.
I'm going to give this spicy. Perhaps the most foundational philosophical question is, why is there something rather than nothing? But there is a sense in which we could ask, well, could there have been nothing? Is that not a contradiction in terms for there to be nothing? Is nothing not the opposite of being? If so, then could there have been nothing? No, that's a contradiction in terms. There has to have been something.
Yeah.
And that kind of trivially answers the question as to why there's something rather than nothing. It couldn't have been any other way. It's like asking why 2 + 2 is 4. It just has to be. It's a matter of logic. But something doesn't seem quite right about that.
Yes, bro.
I can conceive of the universe never having existed. At least
yes.
I think I can. I'm not really sure what that looks like exactly, but let's say I can conceptually imagine it. And maybe that's relevant here. There is a difference between what Descartes called intellectual understanding and imagination. Descartes gives the example of a 112-sided shape. Can you intellectually understand what a 112-sided shape is? Yes, right? You know what that means. There are mathematical truths about that shape that you could work out. And so there is a sense in which you intellectually understand what a 112-sided shape is. But can you imagine that shape?
Okay.
Like, can you picture it in your
So
head?
from what he said, what are you getting?
You can theoretically
Think-
112-sided shape exists.
No, not the shape. Of
Oh.
the prompt. With what? With the info here.
Oh, off the prompt. Okay,
Of
listen.
the prompt.
You can, as you said, conceptually, you can think of an existence where
There was
the
nothing.
universe didn't exist, like there was just nothing. You can obviously think of it, but realistically, we don't know what it looked like.
Which is nothing to us is just pure blackness.
But blackness is not nothing. Blackness
Still-
is something. We don't know what nothing is. Like pure nothing. We don't know what it is.
Yeah, this one's above us, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no. Comment
pay grade,
down your
yeah.
2 cents.
Above
how
the
you
pay
feel,
grade.
but this one is above us, guys. Yo.
To be allowed to vote, your IQ should be above a certain minimum, let's say 100. Not only that, the power of your vote should be influenced by your IQ. So that, for example, a 200 IQ person should have twice the
Twice
voting
the-
power of a 100 IQ person. This is how we can stop being held back by stupidity and still live in a democracy. I'm
Before it moves.
Shit.
This one is tough, boy. Because what this prompt is saying is that you're too dumb for your vote to matter.
Yes.
The dumber you are, the less your vote matters.
Yes.
This is what this prompt is saying.
Yes.
And the smarter you are,
the more
the
your
more
vote matters.
your vote matters than the dumb people.
Sure.
So what's the highest IQ you can have? 600.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I think the highest, I'm not 100% sure, but I think like 200 and something or 300 and something.
But
Not like
the-
100, like the highest recorded ever.
Oh.
I think it's 200 and something or 300 and
Okay,
something.
let's just say it's 300.
Yeah. You have 3
So,
times the power. to vote.
Does that mean in this prompt, if this prompt was the way the world worked, would that mean the Bruce with the 300 IQ's votes will go on top and be carefully considered over the hundreds?
Yes. Okay, but before you continue the prompt, nah, I just have a slight problem with this, nah, because what is intelligence? Like, for example, I'm just basically, according to most people, as generalization, would you say Jacob Zuma smart?
We announced that our membership figures stood at 769, 700.
Is he finished school in like grade 7 or grade 4?
According to generalization.
According to generalization.
You know the answer. Let's just say it.
Yeah, nah.
According to generalization.
But how can someone like that
Be
the president for so many terms, steal so many millions, with such a big house?
So he's smart in other avenues.
Exactly.
In the Mashaya.
Exactly. So you can't really measure smartness because there's no intelligence.
There's
You can't.
smart. There's book smart.
There's so many different methods of smart. Like, can you really measure smart? So firstly, that's the problem with this. An IQ test is a specific type of smart. So what about those people who are different type of smart, but they're actually smart?
It's just not the way the IQ test the smartness that the IQ test wants.
Exactly. That's discrimination.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
That's discrimination.
So who's this swing on the spiral?
Yeah.
You're discriminating, buddy.
Okay, let's move that aside. Hey, let's go back to the prompt.
But that side quest just made this prompt
No,
more
you're
vibes.
just answering the prompt for prompt's sake. Just answer it, man.
Okay.
But do you think this is valid? In your opinion, this is valid? Why not? I think it's kind of valid because listen, in terms of politics, guys, man, if you're getting political now, but yeah, in terms of politics, people vote for they loyal to a specific party. Whether the party is doing
more
things or they're cooking more it doesn't matter. They'll still vote Thot. And even if the majority of the people is voting for the wrong party or whatever the case may be,
Party,
so politics is rooted in
favoritism,
values. So it's not really, sometimes not a logical decision, it's an emotional decision, which is not necessarily the best decision. So I think there's some value in this, but I'm not saying it's perfect. By no means I'm saying
but
this is
the
perfect.
person with the highest IQ could still, let's say I have a higher IQ than you.
Sure.
Then I have a high IQ. I have a higher IQ than you.
Sure.
Then in my past, someone that worked with the AD. That party AD.
Sure.
Someone that worked with the AD party done something bad to my family member.
Sure.
But I have the higher IQ than you, so in this prompt, so my vote would matter more than yours. I'm smart enough. Let's say I'm smart enough to know that the AD party is the right one for our country.
Sure.
But because I have an negative emotional experience with the AD party, I could choose the CNA party because.
Okay, but on that, I would like to think, this is just me having hopeful optimism, but I'd like to think, the smarter you are, is it done? 5 minutes. The smarter you are, the more objective you'll be. So you'll see, even if this AD party did this in the past, as an intelligent, objective human being, you can see this party will put me in a better place, or will put the country in a better place. Understand?
But sometimes, just because you're smart doesn't mean
that's true.
You will go.
That's true.
Because people in their emotions.
Exactly. I know. But that is what matters. But I'm just saying, me thinking objectively,
so to answer me, I don't agree with this prompt.
Yeah, I agree.
Tell us your 2 cents in the comments.
This is how we can stop being away. I think this take early in the minty category. Monarchy is not that bad when done properly.
I think
monarch.
I think there's a patriarchy, which is the men ruling, There's a matriarchy, which is the mamas ruling.
Mamas, not ladies, mamas.
Ladies, women, doesn't matter.
Oh,
Women rule,
okay.
like in the hyena kingdom.
That's the what?
The matriarchy. Yeah.
Patriarchy is okay.
Yeah, the
male.
fathers, yeah. And then I think monarchy is one person. I think like a dictatorship.
Spicy. I agree with this. I've had a lot to say about the British monarchy and called for its abolition, which is still technically illegal in the United Kingdom, by the way, so whoops, I guess. But people have
search
falsely
monarchy.
labelled me
Yes,
as
it's
an
a search monarchy,
anti-monarchist.
bro.
It's slander. I'm not
Monarchy meaning. Ish, guys, you know, ish, we are just.
Sekgowa.
It's sekgowa sa hlola, guys. Monarchy, a form of government with a monarch at the head.
What's a monarch?
A monarch is a sovereign head of state, especially a king.
Okay. King.
Oh, so the
So
way
basically Game of Thrones vibes.
Game of Thrones vibe. So
Yeah.
what is the prompt? Monarchy isn't
It's
that
not
bad.
bad if it's done correctly. Having a king at the helm. So basically a dictatorship.
So basically a dictatorship. So like a king and a queen that live in a castle, then we are just peasants that praise the king and the
Yeah.
queen. But he still treats us nice because we his and her people.
And it's still thanes and lords and stuff like that, yeah.
Isn't that bad when done properly?
So yes, it's not that bad if it's done properly.
Is it bad for who? That's
For the people, for the people.
Bro, there's jealousy and envy, dog.
Jealousy, envy, and greed. Okay,
Bro,
alright.
jealousy and envy, dog. Why must you be up there and I must be down here?
And also
But
the thing
who
about
isn't it bad for?
the thing about a monarchy, it only stays in the family. It's not the
Exactly,
most qualified person. It
The
stays in the family.
next offspring
Yeah.
is gonna be king.
Yeah.
Aye, so even if it's done properly, boy, nah.
It can't be done properly like that. Because think about
Because
it.
there's different generations,
Yes,
different mindsets,
yes.
and there's emotions.
Yeah.
So Movite, no, it can't.
it's going to be done properly for a certain amount of time, then it's gonna break somewhere down the line.
Because the offsprings could become greedy.
What
or-
Joffrey?
I hate that
yeah,
word too.
he's hating
Yeah,
too.
so yeah, no,
It can't, boy.
it can't, boy,
It can't. It's
But
gonna break eventually.
monarchy
dog.
can't work.
That's why it's a gava way. Even though corruption, it's fine. but it's a gava way. boy.
Give
Yeah.
gava, dog.
spicy. Free will can be proved by the fact that different people regularly make different choices based on the same
So free will can be proved. Let's understand the sentence first. Free will can be proved by the fact that different people regularly make different choices based on the same information.
Okay.
Oh, so they're saying they can prove free will based on
The fact that
we make different decisions with the
the
same
same information, yeah. Like for example, let's just say, let's say both of us, we're working at the same company, and then telling us we're getting fired at the end of the month,
Mm-hmm.
and then I say, "Ish, okay, I need to save because I'm not gonna get a job. I need to save, yeah,
Because you'll be unemployed.
yes." And then you say, "I mean, I you're finishing your money, yeah, exactly, because it's the last money, so I might as well enjoy it. Understand?"
So the choices we make are the free will.
Or as a proof of free will.
We got the same info and we're having different decisions.
Yes,
So
I think it's
that's
the proof
proof.
of free will. But I disagree completely.
Cool.
Completely,
Let's hear.
boy.
Let's hear what you have to say.
I feel like a lot of people are not ready to hear this, and it's okay. But I'm gonna say it anyway.
Public enemy number one.
I'm gonna
alert.
say it anyway. Nah. Free will doesn't exist, guys. It's a nice term that they tell people where you have free will, you have the choice to
Freedom of speech.
do whatever you
yeah,
want. Yeah, all of that. It doesn't exist. Guys, the choices you make on a daily basis, even me, the choice you say that I'm saying now, it's not because I want to, it's because it's deep rooted in my subconscious. And my subconscious was molded by my environment, my genetics, my life experiences, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So every single choice you make, it's your subconscious making that choice. It's not you actively choosing. It goes from your subconscious.
But your subconscious is part of you,
Listen,
but it's impacted by those things.
listen.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes from your subconscious to your conscious, and your conscious brain thinks, oh, it's actually my idea. It's not. It comes from the subconscious.
Mhm.
Subconscious is molded by all those things, your environment,
life
your
experience.
genetics, all those things. So free will doesn't actually exist. It's just a nice term, but it doesn't really exist. And maybe people are gonna say, but how come people who do crimes, blah, 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 it's not really their fault. It's their surroundings. It's really their surroundings. So yeah, it's just one of them ones, bro. What should I say?
Free will.
Yeah.
Free will means you're allowed to do anything.
Yes, you have the right to choose anything you want to choose. That's free will.
And that, according to this prompt, it is proved by the fact that we can make different decisions with one
Same information. But we're two different people. Obviously, we're going to perceive it differently. We're two different people.
But just because we are two different people with two different backgrounds and two different and two different upbringings,
Sure.
but we still have the free will to do what we want with the information we have. This is let me tie this prompt and what you said.
Sure.
Yeah, your subconscious makes the decision, puts it into your conscious thoughts, then you think, oh, that's my idea.
Sure.
Clean. Then you think, okay, your subconscious done it, you got to your conscious, then with that job scenario of us getting fired, your consciousness was like, ish, let me save up, let me what. My consciousness was like, let me chow my money because it's the last money I have.
Sure.
So that mindset is based on two different people.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Sure.
It's two different people's mindsets with their upbringing and all that and all their values and all that. But at the end of the day, we have two different upbringings, two different mindsets. But at the end of the day, with the information we just received, we have the free will to do whatever we want with the information we received. You can do whatever you want, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's detrimental to you or the next person. You can do it.
It's not what you want, it's what your subconscious
But my
wants.
subconscious is part of me. It was molded by my experiences, yes, but it's still part of me, and it knows me the best to make me think that whatever I thought was my idea would still be things that align with what I want.
But bro, do you realize, Hore, your subconscious is non-voluntary. It's not like you can physically access it or like physically
Change it or
manipulate it or change it. It's something that exists without you thinking about it. It's basically like a backseat driver. It just does for example, you know, like how your heart beats on its own, stomach works on its own, stuff like that. It's not you thinking about it. It's like an automatic system. Like the subconscious, it's non-voluntary. You have no control over it. It has all control
So you're saying
over
free
you.
will can't exist because of your subconscious? Is that what you're saying? Because your subconscious makes decisions for you?
Yes. And the ideas come up. It comes as if it's your own idea, but it's not.
What? When you hear free will, what is free will to you?
Free will is the ability to do and choose anything you want. And you can't do that because your subconscious makes the choices for you. You can't choose.
It just feels like I
It
chose.
feels like it's you, but it's not. Like if you give me a choice between a red apple and a green apple, you can choose. It's not you choosing. Your subconscious chose for
But
you.
it's part of me. That's what I'm saying.
You
part
have
of
no
me.
control over it. You have no control over it. It controls you. That's what I mean. You don't really have free will.
Aye, me. I don't know.
It's not your choice,
Okay,
dog.
listen, I agree well with subconscious, it controls you and what one. But those are things very we can't control.
Yes.
Free will, in that statement, there's some sort of control in free will, isn't it?
Yes. Free will is the ability to choose
And
anything
do
you want.
whatever you want to do.
Sure.
So, just because I'm not like the first, like it came from my subconscious, then my conscious first, it doesn't mean that the actions I take aren't free will, just because I'm not the first person to think of that.
Sure.
That's my chat.
Yes.
Okay, fair, my subconscious might say pick the green apple. then I would say, I want the green apple. But at the end of the day, no matter what I say, I still have the choice or the free will to be like, give me the red apple.
You don't.
Ah.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
Okay,
but
you guys tell us.
I want people ready to hear it, but you don't have free will. Like in every single thing you do, you didn't choose it. Your subconscious chose it for you, and your subconscious was molded by your environment, your upbringing, your genetics, things which you cannot control. Even sorry to say, but people like robbers, murderers, rapists, all those people, it's not them, it's their upbringing, their subconscious made them decide those things.
So saying it's daddy's, I don't know, mother.
Yes,
it's daddy's mother's fault.
Daddy's upbringing, whatever.
It's daddy's mother's fault for what daddy is doing.
Yes,
because daddy used to, I might be incorrect, but from what I know, daddy's Ofi was a prostitute.
Sure.
And used to chop niggas in front of Diddy.
Exactly. That messes you up. That's obviously gonna mess you up.
I'm messed up.
Yes.
But does that
mean
mean
you're gonna do messed up stuff?
Does that mean it's fine for me to? Okay, it's not fine.
No, we said it's fine.
But it's still free will.
Yes.
Oh no.
It's lack of free will. Yes.
It's
the way it is. The life.
But still, though, you can. I mean, your mind might be messed up because of the trauma you experienced as a child, but you still grow up, gain your own values. The world teaches you what's right and wrong with this crime situation. You still know what's right and wrong. So although you grew up traumatic, you had traumatic experiences when you grew up, that doesn't mean your mind mashes up all those things to make them seem fine or it's cool or it's cool and it's fine, let me do it.
Okay, listen, just to explain on that part, you know how, gonna give you an example, two different people, they both have alcoholic and abusive parents. One of them's gonna grow up to be an alcoholic and an abuser just like their parent. Another gonna grow up to be an upstanding citizen, never do any of those things.
Okay.
What's the difference? They both have trauma. What's the difference? It's their subconscious, their genetics, something within them have made them choose a different path. It wasn't really their choice. It's something within them which is a different path. Even though they had the same or similar upbringing, something within them.
So if, let's say, same scenario, but those two people were just raised under the same household.
Sure.
Like they are brothers, abusive parents, alcoholic parents.
Brothers have different genetics as well.
Yes.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. Their genes that make them do something different.
Wait, now we're going into life science.
Why if
the genetics part.
Genes doesn't matter, whatever. If you have guavaba, if you're charismatic, doesn't matter. It's not your choice. It's the subconscious, the inside.
Okay, guys.
Individuals should be allowed to safely use drugs if they wish to in specialized institutions built for that purpose. The emergence of practical problems is inevitable, but this should theoretically be an option in an...
Okay, what does this prompt... What is it saying? What is it calling it on, this prompt?
It's calling it on the level of if you wanna do tagamisos, any tagamiso, you should have a place where you can do it safely for your choice. Like for example, a heroin house, cocaine house, whatever. It should be legal even in this
prompt.
I say, why not, bro?
Okay, but the last sentence, the emergence of practical problems is inevitable, but this should theoretically be an option in an ideal case.
Yeah, practical problem is if, for example, like heroin is illegal. So it might be the place where you can do heroin. The cops are gonna come busted all the time. That's a practical problem. Obviously, that's inevitable. But it's saying in an ideal case, this should be possible. Yeah, should be an option in an ideal case.
In specialized institutions built for that purpose.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, man, let the druggies go crazy.
Let's go crazy, bro.
It's their choice.
It's your choice.
Obviously.
It's not your choice, but it's your choice.
Obviously, 18 and above, 21 and above in some countries.
Sure.
To visit the coke house.
Definitely.
But...
the Zoll house, the
house. We know that's the... we got fight, We're fighting for marriages. We're standing up for marriages. she doesn't chow us like these cocaines.
Sure,
You know?
sure.
But yeah, bro, I agree with this last prompt, dog. Could see. Let the drug addicts do their drugs
Do
in
their
peace.
thing, yeah, bro.
By their corners, by their
In
drug
their
house,
specialized places,
so
dog.
that they don't have to do crime. Okay, no, that doesn't stop crime.
It doesn't stop crime. It's right. Yeah, they say the
Okay.
practical problems are going to arise, but because the druggies might steal the things inside the institution, so they can go buy.
No,
drugs.
no. We're not.
You see, it's a practical problem.
We're not providing you with things to do drugs.
You need like a bed to sit or a chair
Oh, it's
to
not
sit.
yeah.
So you're gonna be in an empty building. Ah, dog, come on,
Bro,
dog.
but it's the thing of the world has made drugs seem bad, isn't it? Okay, they are bad.
Yeah, in some cases, yeah, but yeah,
Drugs are bad.
sure.
So why are we letting people do bad things in more of a comfortable situation? Comfortably do
Because
bad things
it's their
comfortably.
choice. In an ideal case, ideal is not real. It's ideal.
That's a bar.
If
Does it say that? What
yes, it
does say?
says be an option in an ideal case. That's what it says. So this is ideal in a perfect world. It should be a place where drug addicts wanna do drugs. Like they must all go there.
I would fall down there.
What for?
I just did a line with a dude in the men's room, and I bet you can't even spot him.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
In a cocaine house.
Niggas would beat, but also the hair, dog. Niggas would catch hands, dog.
Hey man, I'm if drugs gonna pull legs, dog.
Dog,
Just
not all drugs shy you the same. Dog. What,
True.
you think they gave the soldiers the Polexing drugs? No.
Nah.
What if there's a house full? What did they give the soldiers?
They give them morphine, I think. But also it says okay, practical problems are going to emerge. Obviously.
Like it's inevitable for them to be
so-
addicted.
Yeah, these are problems like this. Well,
It's
people don't start
inevitable for
fighting
them
and
to
stuff like
fight.
that. Yeah.
So besides all
Beside
that,
that, in an ideal case, drug users should have a place for them to do drugs.
yeah, because with that, we know
Where they are,
know where they are.
what they're doing.
we know if you are one of them.
Sure.
You know where to find them if you want them.
Exactly.
You just know it's easy. It's there. You do it. You picara. You leave.
Done. Simple.
Not corner store.
where the
have to do it.
posy.
Then paranoia. Then
Exactly.
yeah, bro. But kids, don't do drugs.
No, never,
do
never,
drugs.
never.
You can do. Hey, let me down. Obviously, you can double in
Don't
marriage.
do
eh?
drugs. Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Stay in school. Like school, like do what you want, but just don't do drugs.
Stay in drugs. Don't do school.
Stay in drugs. Don't do school.
No, the other way. The other way. The other way. The other
Yeah,
way.
but you get what you mean.
Remix. Yeah.
This is going on for like 40 minutes. I don't know how long the video is gonna be, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, bro. This is something different. My dog,
Sir,
KT.
philosophy, baby.
Yeah, bro. I hope you enjoyed that video on the Prime Time Live channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. But most important, I hope you had a good time. Check you in.
Pussy.